Okay, first things first. I'm Dominic. I'm an atheist. For almost as long as man has walked the earth, there has been religion. Be it the pagan rituals of the Stone Age, Judaism, Buddhism, all the forms of Christianity, Amish, Mennonite, Anglican, Roman Catholic, Mormon, Eastern Orthodox, Methodist, Baptists, the list goes on. But there are those who choose to stand apart from this order. Atheists. Writers disagree how best to define and classify atheism, contesting what supernatural entities it applies to, whether it's an assertion in its own right, or merely the absence of one, and whether it requires a conscious, explicit rejection. To deal with this indecision, a number of categories have come into being. Key ones: theoretical atheism, and practical atheism.
Theoretical atheism is where you posit that there are no gods, very explicit arguments against the divine. I, however, am a practical atheist. This means I live my life as if there is no God, and I explain natural phenomena not by resorting to the divine, through scientific experiment. The existence of gods is not denied, but may be designated unnecessary or useless. These gods provide neither purpose to my life nor influence in what I do on the day-to-day basis.
The first analytical tool we're going to use is Luft and Ingham's Johari window. The Johari window is split up into 4 sections: your open self, your hidden self, your blind self, and your unknown self.
When you use the Johari window, it gives you an insight into your identity.
So this is my mind. Roomy, isn't it? Atheism is very much a part of who I am and how I present myself as a person. According to Luft and Ingham's Johari window, atheism is present all the way through my open and hidden self. However, my blind and unknown self couldn't tell you. Now, to discuss my blind and unknown self, I'm going to have to go and find someone who isn't me. I do have here my good friend Adrian, who's going to help me talk about my blind self. Hi.
Hi.
Now, my blind self, this is the aspect of my Johari window which is unknown to me, but is known to you. How strongly would you say that atheism is present in my blind self?
Strongly.
Roland Barthes would describe the way that people in the past have been very religious as a myth. Now, a Roland Barthes myth isn't a myth like you and I would know it. Because you say a myth to me, and normally you'd think, I don't know, the Tooth Fairy, or Thor, the Norse thunder god. No, a Roland Barthes myth is something that is a societally accepted norm. For example, the traditional family setup, where the woman stays at home, takes care of the kids, the man goes off to do the work. Now, this isn't a natural thing to be happening, and that's the same with religion. Religion is a myth. It's also an ideology, which is where you have a large group of people who all have the same shared set of beliefs. It's not personally an ideology that I am a part of. I am instead part of a different ideology, which is atheism, which has its own beliefs and has a large group of people who believe in them, which makes it an ideology.
If you look at any of this world's established religious systems, you can see that the amount of power they have over the actions and beliefs of their followers is huge. If you look at atheism, you can find that free thinking is a very strong theme, which puts the power very firmly back into the hands of the individual.
I often debate evolutionists because I believe that they narrow-mindedly and dogmatically accept evolution without questioning it. I really don't care how God did what he did. I know he did it.
I can sum it up in 3 words. Evolution is a lie.
You know, there's a lot of things in life I've concluded to be wrong without studying them in depth. Evolution is one of them. You know, the fact that I don't know a thing about it doesn't bother me in the least.
Everyone knows that scientists insist on using complex terminology to make it harder for true Christians to refute their claims. Take deoxyribonucleic acid, for example. Sounds impressive, right? Have you ever seen what happens when you put something in acid? It dissolves. If our bodies were full of that acid, we'd all dissolve. So much for the theory of evolution.
How can anyone believe that humans evolved from monkeys? Here's a few questions for some of you who may believe that. If we did in fact evolve from monkeys, how come babies aren't born monkeys?
So you think that if no one believed in any religion, there'd be no wars or fighting? I think it'd be worse. I think it'd be way worse. I know if I didn't have God's judgment to fear, I would have killed many, many times.
Even Darwin believed his theories were wrong before he died, so why do we still believe them?
It's not known whether God created oil 6,000 years ago when he created the earth, or whether the coal deposits were developed during Noah's flood 4,000 years ago. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. What matters is that if you don't believe God created the earth 6,000 years ago, you're going to hell.
Several million years for a monkey to turn into a man? Oh wait, that's right. Monkeys don't live several million years.
So, yeah, don't really know what to say about that.
So, we've established that atheism occurs all the way through my identity by using the Johari window. And when we looked at baths, it showed us how religious power is in fact a myth. This has been my presentation on atheism.